in using negative sun. And I'm gonna have the sun over here. I'm gonna place the sun over here because I want to see the negative shadows for this staircase. And if I had the shadows in negative sun, and I put the sun on this side, then all we would see is cast shadows going towards the left, and we wouldn't be able to see the wonderful stairs. Okay, so I'm going to create the sun. And here's the sun's base point, or vanishing point. And place the sun here. Oh, actually, I'll place the sun here. So I'm going to take some shortcuts here because I can. Okay, so this represents this edge here. I just need to figure out where that step is. There we go. Okay, so there's the step. Draw a line to the vanishing point. And last but not least, we have the shadow for this one right here. Oh, and we have this, we have the very back stairs right here. So naturally, we're not going to see all of this, but it's still important to draw. And let me check. I think all of these are also going to be in shadow. I'm sorry, in sunlight. So I don't have to worry about any tone. I'm sorry. I don't have to worry about any type of cast shadows on the stairs. So I'll even do the same thing for this one. Okay, 1, 2. So as soon as I get the angle of the shadows, I just simply need to state how long the shadows are using one of the corners, then lining areas up with the vanishing point. The basic shadow is done. So here's the basic shadow, but we do have flaps, so because this flap is lined up, is pretty much parallel with this side, I can use these lines extending to the right vanishing point to create the imaginary post or virtual post for this flap. And I could do the same thing on this side, but I'm only going to capture one flap. I'm only going to do a shadow for one flap. Okay, so here's the sun's vanishing point through the base of that post, and here's the sun. Actually, I might do 2. We'll see. That's a little bit too acute, so I'll probably do both. So I don't necessarily need to do an imaginary post there. I just need to line this up with the left vanishing point to figure out where that post actually is, and it's right there. So with that, there's the sun's vanishing point through the bottom of that post, and here is the corner right there. And with that, because this corner is so acute, or this angle is so acute, I can just line this up with the left vanishing point to figure out exactly where these 2 points and this ridge, or I'm sorry, this edge is. And with that, connect these two, the shadow of this corner, which is here, and of the shadow here, the shadow for that corner here, which is right there. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So this one's going to be a little bit easier because I only need to get the shadow for one of the corners initially, and then again everything else falls into place. So I'm going to capture this one. Okay, so there's that imaginary post. Oh, which leads us to the other post, which is here. Let's erase some of this busyness. All right, so there's the sun. Oh, the corner Happens to hit right there. Well, that's a coincidence. Okay, so let's connect it. The shadow for this corner is right here. So that looks like that. And the shadow for that corner is right here. Now I can line it up there. So that's a shortcut. But let's look at the shortcut as well. So we already got this one, but let's capture this one. All right, so we use the sun to the base of that post, and with the sun itself, we line it up with that corner, and it hits right here. So I'm a little bit shy of it, but let me see if it may have been my pencil, and I think it was. Okay, so there's my shadow for this open flat box. But we have a shadow on the inside. So with that, I guess let me see. I will only do the outline of it, but I won't shade it in on that back side of it, because we do have a shadow on the inside that would be important to draw if it's visible. But I'm at least gonna outline this one. There we go. Okay, now let's take a look at these. See if it affects anything. I don't think it's going to. No, it's not going to affect anything. Well, actually, let's see. The shadow's up here. No, it's not going to be seen at all. Okay, so I can shade it in. Shadows in negative sun are very dramatic. There we go. Now, if you didn't know this, film directors will design their lighting, or let's say the cinematographer will design their lighting based on the set that was designed. I mean, they'll initially have some concept sketches of what it looks like, or what the environment's going to look like, but they will design shadows to look very dramatic on camera for live feature film. Or even television, for that matter. Television's come a long way. Especially with the advent of streaming, there's a lot of good productions out there. There we go. Now, for this dramatic shadow, we wouldn't see any of it. I mean, all of this is going to be covered. We would only see that much, but that's okay. It's all part of the problem solving. So on the sets, or when they build sets, sometimes if they're using natural lighting, they'll position the set to get these really cool shadows if they're using natural sunlight. Okay, so last but not least, we got this big one. So I'm going to erase some of these lines I don't need anymore. There we go. So this one should go pretty fast. Okay, so this first one's going to be really, really small, this shadow. In fact, I'm not going to see much of it at all. Oop, looks like this. Okay, so that shadow's quite small. Let's see, let's do this big one here, because I know that big one's gonna overshadow or overlap some of these. So this is here on the back side. There we go. Okay, we'll extend that one further out. There we go. Okay, these should line up. Yep, it should line up with the vanishing point, which is here. The shadow for this is right here. And I knew it was going to overlap this quite a bit, so that'll work. Now I need to get that, I already got that back corner. Now I need to capture this one here. I'm not worried about this little C shape in here because it's going to create a shadow in that corner. So let's drop this vertical down here. Technically, because it's the same height as this one here, I simply just need to get the angle of the sun, or the angle of the shadow, and then bring a horizontal up to it. There. So this represents this edge here, this represents this corner in here. Now, I didn't have to use the sun there, but it will certainly line up there. Okay, now I need to get, let me see, this corner's here. Now I need to figure out where this is here. So let's see. I just need to use the sun, draw a line to here. The back of this shadow is going to look like this. Even though this is going to be overlapping everything, I still need to draw all of this so I'll know how much I need to tone. Okay, so now I'm going to do this back corner here. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so this one's here, and let's figure out where that one is. this one's here. So this is represented here, like that. I'm sorry, this edge is represented here. This, oh, I'm sorry, this is going to connect here, like that. There it is. Okay, so this shadow does this. Okay, now I need to figure out where this shadow is here. So let's bring this edge out. Bring our imaginary post down. Sorry. Okay, there's the angle of the sun. Okay, so we're going to get two passes. We're going to hit this corner first, and then this corner. Right there. Okay. This represents this edge back here. This represents this edge right in here. Okay, now we got to get this inside in here. Oh look, I can use this, I can still use this, well, this is literally the imaginary post. So I have this line here to this corner. And I actually don't need to figure out where the sun is hitting here because I just need to do this. And there is our shadow.
Turn black.
Okay, so here's our shadow going all the way around the back, okay, which we're not going to see any of this in here, but we need to draw it anyway, but we will see this exposed here. So let me draw what we will see. So why would it be important to draw the rest of this? If you decided you were drawing something like this and you wanted a structure that was made out of glass, well, you have a shadow for it. Now, even though the shadow is not going to be as dark as it would be if it were solid, you still have all this information in there. Okay, so let's capture this one. Okay, so here's the angle of the shadow there. And right here in the corner. Okay, so there it is here. This corner is represented here. And then it's going to go straight across. Like that. So this is what the shadow looks like on this little step. Okay, there it is. We'll make this a little bit darker. This is not actually even drawn on this sheet of paper anyway, but might as well flesh it out a little bit. Oh, I have one more shadow. Do you guys know where it is? It's right up here. So with that one, I'm going to sharpen my pencil for this one. So okay, it's going to hit that corner. It's going to go vertically upward. Let's see where it ends. Right there. No, it's not much of a shadow, but it's still a shadow.